topic excretion. Now, excretion means the biological process by which an organism get rid of excess or toxic waste products from the body. There are two processes that we normally do to maintain homeostatic or body, or we say homeostasis in the living organisms. One is excretion, that means the biological process. Second is osmoregulation. Osmoregulation means the process that maintains the amount of water and proper ionic balance in body fluids. In simple words, we say osmoregulation is water and ionic balance of the body. These two processes are very important. Why? Because they remove the unwanted byproducts of metabolites, whatever hinders the chemical process in our body. These are toxics, so they may damage the cells also, they may act as enzyme inhibitors also, and we need to remove them. When we are talking about excretion in animals, there are various categories of animals that we talk about. No doubt we are quite familiar with the protozoans, protozoans are single-celled organisms. Whenever they have to remove water or any other metabolite which is toxic to their body, that means they have to eliminate waste from their body, they use simple diffusion method from the cells. They do it via cell membrane and they directly release it into the water. So there is no complex mechanism in case of protozoans. When we move to the other category like earthworm, over there excretion and osmoregulation takes place a special tubular structure known as nephridia. These are the tubular structures through which the excretion takes place. And if we talk about insecta, arthropods, if you remember, these insects, centipede, millipede, these have Malpighian tubes. Then we talk about mollusks and vertebrates. Mollusks and vertebrates, they have kidneys for excretion. And same is the human being. We belong to vertebrata. We have kidneys for excretion. Moving to excretion in human beings. Excretion in human beings. We have a complexly designed body, so we have a pair of kidneys. I'm drawing the left one little up. Where are these kidneys situated? On the dorsal side of the body. And where is your dorsal side? That is the back side. This is one network of tubules that I'm drawing. And same way, the other one. right? Each kidney leads to ureters. So we have a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. This is kidney. So we have a pair of kidney, a pair of ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. One is renal artery, another one is renal vein. I'm marking one as renal artery and another one as renal vein. Clear? This is the excretory system in human beings. The blood from the aorta, it enters into the kidneys. If this we have marked as aorta, the artery, it enters into the renal, into the kidneys via the renal arteries and returns to the posterior vena cava through the renal veins, right? And the filtered blood here is stored in the urinary bladder till it is released out via urethra. When we are talking about the structure of a kidney, each kidney, it is purplish brown. It is purplish brown, kidney shaped, that is bean shaped, and like a rajma bean, if you remember, 12 centimeter long to 6 centimeter thick, and weight is about 150 grams. Internally, it is made up of long, numerous microscopic excretory units called nephrons, which are lined up here. So many nephrons, which are the filtering units. Okay, what is the filtering unit in case of lungs? We call them alveoli, right? Because that is where the exchange takes place. Here the filtering unit is nephron, and these nephrons are lying inside the kidney. These are the functional units of excretion. Single kidney contains about millions of nephrons, each approximately 3 centimeter long. Fine. The function of the kidney is to excrete toxic waste product of metabolites, right? And all these, they pour into a collecting duct, which finally releases out into this ureter and gets collected in the urinary bladder and finally out through the urethra. The most important function of kidney is to filter blood. What it does? Filtration of blood. Why? To excrete toxic metabolites. And what are these toxic metabolites? These are urea, uric acid, that means the products of ammonia, the nitrogenous waste, which is to be removed from the body. What if it will not be removed then? It will hinder the process of metabolism. It will not make the enzymes active and work accordingly. Now coming to the structure and functioning of a nephron. What this nephron looks like and how does it function? This nephron is a long tubular structure. Clear? Each nephron, I'm writing here structure of nephron. मेरा इसको ध्यान से समझना, ठीक है? It is first of all a cup-shaped structure that I'm starting from here. Here I'm making slit pores. इनको बोलते हैं porocytes. From where the filtration has to take place. This cup-shaped upper end is known as Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. Don't worry, it will take little time to remember all these words. Bio के words ऐसे ही होते हैं, थोड़ा सा time ले लेते हैं. Never mind. It has bundle of blood capillaries known as glomerulus. I'm drawing this mesh-like bundle of network of capillaries. ठीक है, क्या बोलते हैं हम इनको? Glomerulus. 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 The function of glomerulus is that whenever the blood is entering into it, blood carries the waste material, and this material is to be filtered out here in the Bowman's capsule via these glomerulus thin-walled, these small membranous structures, these bundle of capillaries. Why is it possible? Because filtration is mainly possible because of the walls of the glomerulus, which are quite fine, which are thin and are selectively permeable. Because of the thin, selectively permeable nature, it will allow filtration to take place. Then automatically this water and the small molecules, they will pass into the blood and will pass from the blood into this tubular region. Once the waste material is filtered out, the blood is free and is allowed to move into the renal vein. अब क्या होता है, यहाँ से blood आ रहा है, क्या लेके आ रही है? Artery, blood लेके आ रही है, renal artery, and renal vein लेके जा रही है. Clear? This renal vein is taking away the blood. Where does it go? It goes to the heart through the posterior vena cava. Remember the anterior and the posterior vena cava? Posterior is the one which is there located in the lower section of the body and is collecting all the impure blood. The fluid containing waste material, it is forced out of the glomerulus capillaries in the Bowman's capsule. अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं? फिल्टर्ड आउट फ्लूइड को हम ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेट बोल रहे हैं, जिसके अंदर सोडियम, पोटेशियम क्लोराइड, ग्लूकोज सब कुछ होता है, एंड इट गोज फर्दर इनटू दिस कॉन्वोल्यूटेड स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है, वो स्ट्रक्चर में चला जाएगा, विच कंटेन्स यूरिया, यूरिक एसिड, सो मच अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर, ग्लूकोज, सोडियम, पोटेशियम क्लोराइड, आयंस, एवरीथिंग is moving to this tubular structure. This is convoluted, twisted, folded, and takes a U-turn afterwards. Hairpin-like U-turn. Fine. And this U-turn finally takes another turn before meeting the collecting duct. चलो अभी किस में ऐड हो जाता है? Collecting duct में. What am I drawing? What are these structures? Basically, not one nephron is entering into the collecting duct. So many, number 2, number 3, number 4, so many are entering into it. Clear? Here I am drawing another network of vein which is moving. This is the artery. अब इस structure को मैं आपको साथ साथ में blue color में show कर रही हूँ. That is running all along. See. No. Where is it going? This is venule, right? हम इसको VENULE venule लिख देते हैं. Means moving to the vein. What this vein is carrying, whatever the material is not absorbed in this. Clear? जो excess है, glucose, it is in excess, amino acids in excess, ions in excess, sodium potassium chloride in excess, all this is sent back to the vein and is carried to the heart, right? and whatever is to be retained in this tubule will become the glomerular filtrate, which means the urine. It has maximum of water and little amount of ions in it. Now we are moving to its functioning. This is the structure. Bowman's capsule has a network of glomerulus in it. Together these two are known as Malpighian body. This area is known as PCT. What is P? Proximal convoluted tubule. What proximal? Proximal to this Malpighian body, close to Malpighian body. This is loop of Henle, Henle's loop or Henle's loop. This is a venule for sure, but known as vasa recta. This is DCT. Now you can easily answer what is DCT. Distal convoluted tubule. This is proximal, this is far away, so we call it distal convolution. And this one is collecting duct, where the urine is getting collected. Quickly coming to the functioning of this Bowman's capsule and the parts of the nephron. We say whenever the fluid, that means the glomerular filtrate, is moving from here and is running in these tubules, the urine contains fluid and dissolved waste substances which are excreted by the kidneys. Materials like glucose, amino acid, sodium, potassium, chloride, water, these are the main constituents, and most of these are absorbed here from PCT into this vanule. Why? Because the body cannot afford to lose so many glucose, amino acid, sodium ion and chloride ions instantly in one go. Body has a filtration mechanism, along with that it has an absorption mechanism as well. Our body generally generate 180 liters of urine per day, but this is not the amount of urine that is released out from the body. Almost about 99% of it is reabsorbed, and whatever is left behind is 1.5 to 1.8 liter. Clear? This much is released out. Now, whenever the filtrate moves further, we say this adjoining tubules, they maintain the osmolarity by forming a counter current mechanism. It means one of the limb becomes hypertonic and another becomes hypotonic. Means one becomes permeable to water and automatically does not allow any of the ions to move out, and the other becomes impermeable to water, which will only allow the ions to move out. This way the ions and the material, whatever is moving out of this limb, it becomes highly concentrated. And this concentrated fluid, when moves further and further, here second set of absorption takes place, and after absorption of maximum water and ions, the filtrate is sent to the collecting tubule, from where it is released into the ureters. Finally, the urine moves through the ureter, collects in the urinary bladder, thrown out of the body whenever it is required. Now the major processes that take place here are, first of all, it's always the filtration of blood that takes place in the Bowman's capsule. This is to remember. Secondly, reabsorption of water, glucose, amino acids, sodium, potassium, chloride ions, it takes place from the filtrate. And there are certain secretions that are added into the filtrate, and ultimately the final product, that means the urine, is formed. We, mainly terrestrial organisms, we are in a habit of conserving water. So we reabsorb maximum amount of water from the filtrate and excrete out nitrogenous waste with very little amount of water. That's why we say that we release almost around 1.5 to 1.8 liters of water. Rest all is absorbed by the system. Clear?